Check this out, the real definition of freestyle. It's all happening.
Static selector.
Shout out to the home team Ambrosia for Heads. One of the reasons it's an honor to partner with them is because along with the latest in hip hop news, they consistently drop these historical pieces on the evolution of the culture. Last month, they uncovered a forgotten MTV interview with LL Cool J, Redman, Method Man, and DMX. The conversation took place 21 years ago on the set of LL's video shoot for 4321 off of Phenomenon. That track would end up reaching legendary status because it sparked the beef between Cool James and Cannabis. Another story for another day. During the conversation, MTV's Abby Curse asked LL to define the term freestyle. Here's what he said.
A lot of times when people talk about freestyle, it's interesting because, you know, being a student of hip hop and growing up on hip hop, I learned that, you know, freestyling back in the days really was when you write a rhyme and then you say it. And then what people call freestyle now is really what people used to call off the top of the head. So it kills me when people say freestyle, because it's like it's the wrong definition, but it's just taking on this ill kind of connotation.
The second part of that answer is where the debate still rages today. It's super common to hear people call freestyles off the top, rhymes made up on the spot. TCM is here, crystal clear, no fear, it's 2019, killing everything this year. That was whack, but you get the point. And if it's not off the top, then it's a written, and somehow that's different than freestyling. But the first part of LL Cool J's quote is what's interesting. Here's what he said. Freestyling is when you write a rhyme, and then you say it. We'll come back to that. DMX was up next. Here's how X described it.
But you came out.
Just talking mess, that's all. You know what I'm saying? Not talking about any particular subject, just talking about how good you are. That was freestyle to me, because there's many styles of rap, you know what I'm saying? Story rhymes, you know what I'm saying? All type of styles. So freestyle to me is a style, you know what I'm saying? Just not really speaking on any one particular subject, just how nice you are.
For me, freestyle is not speaking on any particular subject. Keep that in mind as well. Now, Redman later in the conversation adds that a freestyle can be a great calling card for up-and-coming, young, undiscovered, hungry MCs. He also adds that sometimes it's off the top of the head, but sometimes it's just the lyrics that can be about anything. You can write a freestyle just talking about anything, any particular subject. You can jump from subject to subject. Links in the description. But put this into perspective. 21 years ago, MTV asked Redman, Method Man, DMX, and LL Cool J to define freestyle and got 3 different answers. LL Cool J's first project, Radio, came out in 1985. By 1997, 12 years after LL debuted, the term freestyle had broadened significantly. But what does freestyle mean in 2019? For perspective, we hit up Papoose for his take on the conversation. Along with his star turn in Love and Hip Hop and now Meet the Mackies with wife and legendary MC Remy Ma, Pap is a certified super lyricist. His next project, Underrated, drops on January 18th, 2019 through Empire. Make sure you check that out. Here's Pap.
In my opinion, there are 2 definitions of freestyle. When you're coming from, hip-hop is a culture, it's a way of life. You know what I'm saying? It's not just music. You know, it's so many different elements of hip-hop. And when you grow up in that culture, and you're coming up, you're an MC. You might not be in the industry yet, but you consider yourself an MC, and those who know you, you know, we all know each other. We consider each other MCs. Sometimes we have these things what we call ciphers, which were called ciphers. And that was anytime you ran into another MC who was respected, y'all exchanged verses. You understand what I'm saying? Now, there were some rappers who, the cipher was very dangerous back then. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just might get your head spit off in the cipher. You didn't want that. Now, there were guys who, they had dope rhymes. Some guys had dope rhymes, and there were some guys who, they could just speak about what was going on at that current time off the top of their head. So we would reference them as, yo, he's a freestyler. When you're coming from the core of this shit, you come from the street, that's the definition of freestyle. Freestyle, in that sense, is coming off the head, period.
Freestyle, in that sense, is coming off the head. Here's Papoose's second definition.
But when you come into the industry, you come into the music business, the definition of freestyle changes. A freestyle can be put on a beat and I just might kick an ill-ass rhyme that you never heard before. You know what I'm saying? Or a freestyle can be, I might jump on a K-Slate mixtape and do a verse that they never heard before. It's exclusive verse, a freestyle. Or I might go up to Funk Master Flex show, he might throw on a beat and I might freestyle. So the definition of freestyling changes from when you're in the streets and when you're in the industry, in my opinion.
The definition changes when you're in the streets or the industry. Now that's interesting. One of my absolute favorite new artists comes straight out of Carson, California. His name is Reason. He's recently signed to TDE, and last year he released his fantastic project, There You Have It, through the label. If you haven't heard of Reason, punch yourself in the face. I asked Reason to define the word freestyle. To me, the definition of freestyle has changed. I consider a freestyle rapping over someone else's beat in a cypher format where there's no specific content. Just rapping, you can talk about anything, say anything freely, there are no rules. It used to be, it had to be off the top of your head, no prepared material. The internet, in my opinion, has ruined that because now it's risky to do a whack freestyle on camera because it lives forever. So now people prepare material beforehand, but it's still cypher type format. Reason's got a point. Freestyles live on forever. Shout out to O'Malley.
I got on gold headphones, gold chain, gold on my wrist. Aim. If you ain't getting money, boy, you lame.
I love that clip. No disrespect at all. Off the top is hard, man. Off the top is hard. But when it's done amazingly, like Redman said in 1997, it's an incredible calling card. Take King Los, for example. Los is unquestionably one of the most talented lyricists of a generation. He's from Baltimore, was signed to Bad Boy, easily had the best response to Kendrick Lamar's Control verse. Los is fresh off a victory over Head Ice in the recent RBE battle that took place in NYC late 2018 and delivered one of my all-time favorite freestyles. Here's a clip.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah. Run for it. Ball like Wake Forest. When a tree fall, if nobody's around, do it make a sound. I bet it make a sound. I bet that motherfucker Wake Forest.
A little backstory here. I was in the studio with King Los. I stepped out for about 20 minutes. When I walked back in, Los was in the zone. I recorded 12 minutes of the freestyle, links in the description. Turns out he was rhyming the whole 20 minutes I was gone. That was 30 minutes off top and it was all incredible. One of the things I love about this freestyle is he's literally answering life's biggest questions. If a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound? Well, now we know the answer. I bet it wakes forests. I asked Los to define freestyle. Here's what he said. I love this. Los says, words not bound by restriction or imprisonments of other people's perception, but your true self personified through sound. As long as it fits the free criteria, it doesn't matter if they're written. Many people confuse freestyle versus off the dome, which is just a form of freestyle. I love that answer. It sounds so professorial. If Los was given a class on rapping, I'd sign up. But here's what's most important about what he said. Freestyle versus off the dome, which is just a form of freestyle. I asked him when he realized people were transposing the two. He said, since the beginning of time. Since the beginning of time, which makes sense again. We started this piece 21 years ago with Redman, LL Cool J, and DMX, and we got varying answers. We talked to Reason, Papoose, and King Los and got varying answers. And what stands out most to me out of all of this, is the first part of LL Cool J's answer. Again, LL said a lot of times when people talk about freestyle, it's interesting because being a student of hip hop and growing up on hip hop, I learned that freestyling back in the days really was when you write a rhyme and then you say it, which sounds like pretty much any and every kind of rap, which makes sense if you consider that the MC's original purpose was to hype the DJ, talking about how great the DJ was. It wasn't until later that the MC evolved into telling their own narratives. And when they did, they found different ways to do so, whether freestyle or off the top. The point is this: as hip hop continues to grow and expand, new generations add their legacy to the talisman of the culture, so it makes sense that once agreed upon covenants take on new meaning. But which is more impressive? Is an MC more talented if he can kick it off the dome than if he can't? Would you listen to a playlist full of off-the-top freestyles? Does a great freestyler deserve more respect than a great writer? Or vice versa? I don't have the answer to these questions.
Static Selector.
Check. First TBD of 2019. Thank you guys for rocking with us. Big shout out to Micah 9 of Freestyle Fellowship. Now, there's a great piece by Complex from a few years back. They tried to find where the term freestyle came from, who the first person to use it was, and when improvisational rap became defined as freestyle. In that piece, Micah 9, he says, I didn't hear anybody refer to freestyling as improvisational rap until me and my crew did it and redefined the term freestyling. I discovered freestyling from skateboarding as a kid, BMX, and looking at Olympic trials and whatnot. Like, okay, that's what it is. It's more of a free-form expression of your art. It's a freestyle. So I called a rap a freestyle, and it kind of caught on, and then it started to catch on the East Coast too. Links in the description. He's talking about the early 1990s. There's a few topics like this that have been in my mind all of 2018, and we will explore those this year. For example, is rap bigger than hip hop? Where does storytelling go? Also this year, you'll see the return of the Marginalized series. We have a finished draft of the Rap and Islam piece. Look out for that as well. So much going on. New music show, The Drip, premiering every Monday. Look out for that this Monday as well. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow @TheCompanyMan on everything. Hit that bell. It's all happening.